Hey guys, this is if you are not here or if you missed the instructions for how to do the RAFT essay. This is based on the story that we read. You had to decide if George Wilson, the main character, is either guilty or innocent of murder. Here on the left-hand side are 3 boxes. In each box, it describes what it is that you're supposed to write on the right-hand side, where it's blank. For the first paragraph, you're simply stating whether George Wilson is guilty or innocent, which you do on the first line. The number 1, 2, and 3 are the 3 pieces of evidence from the story to prove that he's innocent or guilty. They should be very short, such as bat, window, elder's head, elder's criminal record, shattered window, and DVDs, whatever 3 pieces of evidence that you end up picking. Keep in mind that page 3 of the story should be highlighted with multiple pieces of evidence that you found while we were reading. Page 4 has a good amount as well. You are allowed to simply highlight, copy the statement, and paste it into the right-hand side so that you can fill in the information. Okay. For the second box, this is where you have to do more writing. You're taking each piece of evidence that you stated in your first paragraph and explaining it. So the first piece of evidence is blank. That's what you would write first. Let's say it's the broken window. Now I have to explain that piece of evidence in 2 to 3 sentences in my own words, what happens in the story with the broken window. So that's up to you. My example might be, Elder Briggs broke into George's home through the basement window. It shattered, and George heard it and went downstairs to see. You can't use mine as an example, but you see that my first sentence used the sentence starter. My next 2 sentences were explained. Make sure that you have those 2 sentences explaining, because I will be counting them when I grade. Then you simply move on to the second piece of evidence, and then the third piece of evidence. Again, which you get from what you wrote in the first box. Okay? Last but not least is the closing statement. This is where you get creative. Use your imagination. What do you want to say to the judge and jury to finalize your argument to convince them that you're right? Keep in mind, this should be multiple sentences. Don't leave it at 1 or 2 sentences. That's too short. You should sound kind of like you're a lawyer in the courtroom talking to the judge and jury, telling them why this man is guilty or innocent and why you are right. Okay? Get started.